Meantime, the government a step closer to a shutdown as House Republicans vote against their own party against the stopgap measure.
WGN Jenna Barnes has the latest. Jenna.
Republican leadership was set to meet this afternoon behind closed doors after a group of far-right Republicans tanked their own party's bill in the House, making a government shutdown appear even more likely.
The government should be funded based on that agreement, and the government should stay open. But an extreme group of House Republicans are holding that up.
The White House places the blame of the looming government shutdown at the feet of 21 hard-right representatives who voted against Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's short-term bill with deep spending cuts that would have funded the government through the end of next month.
The number one thing I want here is for government not to shut down. I do not want our military not to be paid, our border agents not to be paid. Why should they be punished because the president ignores the problem?
McCarthy defended his bill earlier Friday as the clock ticks down to the funding deadline, midnight Saturday night. If there's no deal by then, the government shutdown would force millions of federal workers, like members of the military, to go without pay.
In addition to the more than 2 million service members who won't get their paychecks, we're talking about more than 1.5 million federal civilian employees by current estimates, roughly a quarter of whom are veterans, missing paychecks, meat and food inspectors, border patrol agents, air traffic controllers, TSA agents, just a small example.
A shutdown would also impact services for vulnerable Americans, like the WIC food program.
7 million women and children across the country rely on those funds, and the funds for that, if the government is shut down, could run out over the course of just a few days.
Congressman Sean Casten with a warning for his Republican counterparts.
Do any of you have a plan to land this plane? Because it seems weird that you skipped that part of flight school. Because less than 2 days from now, every single American is going to feel the pain of this crash.
The Senate is working on its bipartisan measure that would fund the government through November 17th. But even if it passes there, it is unlikely to pass in the House.
Right, what an analogy there. Jenna, thank you.